Hi friends, welcome to the Loripalooza Crochet Podcast, episode 65. I don't have my notes. I better check. Hold on. Yes, it is episode 65. Welcome again to the Loripalooza Crochet Podcast. My name is Lori. I live in the Chicago suburbs with my husband Ryan and our two cats, Dixie and Daisy. And I love to knit, I love to crochet, and I love to sew. And you can find all that on my social media. Links are down below. So like Ravelry, Instagram, my blog is down there, which is where you will find all my show notes. So all the yarns that I'm going to talk about. Oh yes, lots of yarn to talk about today. They will all be linked in my show notes, and any patterns I talk about, they will be there as well. So, welcome to new viewers. Hello, I'm glad you found me. And returning viewers, hello again. I'm glad you came back. So with that, shall we get started? Okay, so like I said earlier, I don't have notes. It's been a crazy busy weekend, so we're just kind of gonna go off the fly here. Let's see, what all has happened in these last 2 weeks. For those of you who are new, I have a new job. Well, I've been there for 3 months now? 4 months. And at that job, they are building a bridge. There's a creek that runs through our campus, and the bridge washed away last year. So this year we're building a new one, and we have needed people to help stain the wood that will make the covered bridge. So because the department that I work in, we deal with a lot of volunteers, so I kind of got roped into just being there when some of the volunteers, like we each take a day, and so be there when the volunteers come to stain, and then just make sure they have everything they need. But in the process, I've got to stain as well, which I love doing. They all kind of look at me like, what? It's like, well, and my dad does woodwork. Some of you have seen his bowls that he has, yarn bowls that he has made for me. And so growing up, like I was always around woodwork. I was always helping him stain some things. Actually, this headboard back here, I actually designed that myself, and then we built it and stained it, and so it was father-daughter project. And so staining is just something that I've always done and I love doing. So yeah, so I was able to put my mark on the bridge. I was very excited about that. It's been very hot lately here in Illinois, and so some of those days it's hard being out there staining these big cedar planks. Let's see, what else has gone on? Not much, really. I met up with some friends, some yarny friends. We went up to Elgin, which is about an hour away from me. So, or hour and a half, I think. Anyway, I will show you all the yarny goodness I got there. And then I just got back from Michigan this morning. It's like I left early in the morning and drove in order to make it to church in time. So I'm very tired. But I went up to Michigan to see my parents, obviously, and also to go to the Michigan Fiber Festival. And yeah, let's just say I'm glad my birthday is in August. So I'm just like, hey, give me cash and let me go shopping at these fiber festivals and stuff. Great birthday present for me. That's all. So yes, there is lots to show you. So with that, how about we get started with some finished objects? Okay, so I have one finished object, and that is living in my Starry Night bag. So yeah, for those of you who've been watching, I finished my Starry Night shawl. I have this cute button on it that says Crochet Clan, because it was a Faye Dashper Hughes pattern. I figured I need to have Faye Dashper Hughes phrase on my bag. So the pattern that I did is a paid for pattern, so I can't really talk much about it. It is the Omni shawl here. When I was looking for a pattern to do with the yarn that I had, I saw they had done this shawl with this yarn. I was like, perfect. I already know how it's gonna turn out. And speaking of the yarn, let me get it out. It is by River Knits. It is their BFL Splendiferous sock. So it is 70% superwash blue faced Leicester, 20% silk, and 10% cashmere. And the colorway is Starry Night. There you go. And this is all that I have left. That's it. So yeah, are you ready to see? It's already been washed and blocked. The ends are sewn in. It is ready to go. So here it is. Ta-da! Oh, I love it. Oh, I'm showing you the wrong side. It doesn't matter really. So yeah, here's where I was last time. Last time you saw it. Because I didn't show it in the last episode, I don't think. And then I did all this. And, as you can see, there's a little loop to hold it. So, because I mean, it's not a very big shawl. So, I have a loop here. So I can, and it'll stay like that. Oh, yes. Of course, it looks great with my Bahamas t-shirt on, too. But anyway, oh, I love it. I'm so glad it's done. And it was fun to work with too, because these colors are just amazing. Like, this is like one of my favorite paintings. So yeah, I loved it. I loved it a lot. And I'm ready to wear it once it gets colder, because right now, not wearing it. Too hot. So, moving right along, makes in progress. I have two to show you. The first one you have seen before. It's living in my Wonder Woman bag. It's my dodgy bag that I made myself. In it is a pair of socks that I'm working on. So my friends and I are working on a challenge for 2021. It's called Socks Box 2021, and we're trying to do a pair of socks every month. Well, today is the 22nd of August. That means I have 9 days to finish. I'm not even to the heel yet. I think I have 40 rows to get to the heel. I'm pushing it this year, this month. It's crazy. So the yarn that I'm using is actually dyed by me, and I'm calling this my Loripalooza sock set, because it is the colors of my logo. So I have this dark purple for heels, toes, and cuffs, although I didn't really do it on the toe. You'll see. And then this, it keeps blowing out there. So there's purple and pink and yellow, and the colors of my logo. And so this is what I have so far. Ta-da! So last time you saw, I was here. I was like 7 rows in. And there's my happy little heart stitch marker. So it is a replica of an actual human heart, which is my favorite body part because it's amazing. Have you ever like researched like what all your heart does, like the things that it has to keep you alive, like keep pumping? It's amazing. Ugh. Anyway, so as you can tell, I did my toes in the actual color, and then I just did a stripe of the contrast color. And so, like I said, I'm about 40 rows from the heel. So this week, I will be really working on those. Working, hoping to get those done in time for the end of August. Anyway, the second making progress that I have is a new one. I figured, it's a small thing, I can get it done quick. Right now I just feel like I've just been overwhelmed. Like I don't have a lot of time to work on yarny stuff. And it's frustrating to me. So it's like if I can do little things and get them done quickly, that'll make me feel better. And then but then it's pushing aside the stuff that I need to get done. Not that I need to get it done, but I just feel like I need to get it done. Because I have this challenge and I have to do it, Anyway, so in my cute little Christmas narwhal bag that is also says stashing through the snow, I have a Christmas project going. It's not a Christmas present. Well, it can be because she's not gonna know. She's a dog. That being my furry little sister, Tulip. She is my parents' dog. She is a Morkie. So she is a Maltese Yorkie mix. Cutest little thing ever. So I decided she needs to have a Christmas sweater, an ugly Christmas sweater like me. I made her a couple sweaters last year, and like, what, she needs a Christmas one. I found the yarns from my Christmas sweater that I made 3 years ago, I want to say. Yeah, I made them 3 years ago, and so I still have the yarns from it. So I'm going to make her a matching Christmas sweater. So here's what I've got so far. Honestly, it's not much. So you have the ribbed neckband, and then in red, and then I'm going to do this forest green color for most of the body. So those are two of the colors. And then I made her, the sweaters that I made her had ruffles around the back end of the sweater, so it's like she has a little tutu. So I figured I'd do the ruffles in this one, which is a sparkly Christmas color. So we'll see how that works. That's what I've got in my head. Hopefully it works. But yeah, so that is my second make in progress. And that's all that I'm working on right now. Alright, buckle in. I've got a lot of new yarns to talk about because, oh boy. So, for this year, most of this year, I put myself on a yarn ban. Because I had plenty of yarn, I just need to do it. I just need to use it. That's what I need to do. But it's my birthday. It's my birthday month. It's Loripalooza. We need to celebrate. And how do I want to celebrate? By buying yarn. Now, I already went on the yarn crawl and bought plenty. And then I went to Wool & Company, which is a local yarn shop, although it is huge. Like if you take Llama, my local yarn shop, which is just down the road, and you quadruple it, that is Wool & Company. It is huge. I was like, oh, I could do so much damage in here. But they were also a part of the Chicago Yarn Crawl, which is the tote that I got this year. And I asked if they had their pin, because they are right here. Obviously, I did not get a pin because they were all sold out. And they said they even like ordered twice what they did last year and they still sold out. Like, oh my goodness. So yeah, so I did get the Yarnify pin, and they also did a Blues Brothers thing like Llama Llama did, which I think is cute. But anyway, Wool and Company. I went there with part of a plan. So like I had gone on their website, looked at what they had. I was like, okay, I have a plan, and then I'll see what else inspires me while I'm there. So the plan was, I have some yarn to do socks. I need contrasting colors, and they have, it is Lang Jawool, Jawoll. Superwash, it is 75/25. Superwash nylon blend, and it's a 50-gram skein. It's like, well, that'll be perfect. I can use that for heels, toes, and cuffs for several pairs of socks. So the first one I want to show you, I got this yarn on the yarn crawl. You've seen it before. It is Gusto Wool speckled sock. Figure this would be great Christmas socks, and so I bought this brown to really bring out the brown there. This dark brown of the Lang Jawool. I guess I'm saying that right. I don't know. So yeah, so these will be Christmas socks for sure. Not sure when I'm gonna start them, but anyway, so yeah, I figured these will be great peppermint mocha socks, because that is my favorite drink. Then my friend Leticia, hi Leticia, she gave me these as Patton's stretch socks in the colorway Spumoni Stripes. And so I was like, well, I need something to go with this. It's got black and blue and purple and pink and green in there. So I found this lavender colorway. I haven't looked up the names yet. Right on the ball band, it just has numbers, not colors. So anyway, so I have this to go with that pair of socks. And then I had picked this up at Hobby Lobby on their yarn clearance. So it's Patent Croy Socks FX. This pretty one. It's blues and purples and pinks and grays, similar to the Spumoni. This one is called Cameo Colors. And so I got this blue to go with it. And I think, because I only have one skein of this is 50 grams and this is 50 grams, I think I'm going to do like a mismatch sock like I did with my July socks. So, there's those. And then, walking around the shop, they had Leading Men Fiber Arts, who I love. I've used their colors before. They had Malabrigo, they had Barocco, they had Heritage, they had Cascade, or it's Cascade Heritage, sorry. So they had Cascade, they had Lang, they had all kinds of stuff. And they have 2 indie dyers. Well, they're big names, but they're indie dyers. 2 that I have wanted a skein of their yarn forever, and that is Madeline Tosh and Hedgehog Fibers. I only bought one. I was looking at Madeline Tosh, and there was a couple that I thought, maybe. But Hedgehog Fibers, like, they had speckles, and like I was in a speckle mood, and so I got this one. Oh my gosh, so pretty. So you have pinks, and there's some brown and blues, and just look at the speckles over here. Whoa. So this is made in Ireland, obviously. I figured Madeline-Tosh I can order there in Texas, so it's not that far to ship it, whereas shipping from Ireland would be a big deal. So this is 90% merino wool, 10% nylon. So it's their, oh, I just saw some. Anyway, this is the colorway Sparrow. And it's actually a Wool and Company exclusive colorway. So, love it. Love that. So yes, those will be socks for sure. I had looked to see if I could find a Lang that would work with it for contrasting heel toes and cuffs. I didn't really find anything that struck my fancy, so left it at that. So it's fine to have, like, I don't have to have contrasting heel toes and cuffs for every pair of socks. It'd be nice, but anyway, so that was last Sunday. Then yesterday I went to the Michigan Fiber Festival with my mom, and of course she doesn't knit or crochet, but she likes just seeing all the cool stuff, and she likes looking at colors just as much as I do. I mean, it's the colors really that grab me. So anyway, here's what I got at the Fiber Festival. First thing that I bought though was not yarn at all. It was actually a rice pack. So it's a heating pack that I can use for when I get migraines, because my migraines usually are like, they start right in through here. So if I can treat that first, then it won't become a really bad migraine. So this is from Sheila Robbins. She is Spruce Shadow Farms in Michigan. She did have some that had scented stuff in it. So there's lavender, and then there was one with orange. I got an unscented one. I can add essential oils if I want to, but I think I'm going to leave this one at work and leave it unscented so I don't bother the other people. But yeah, sometimes at work they hit and it's like, if I could get rid of it before it gets too bad, that'd be great. But I really like this cute purple sheepy flowery fabric. I thought it was really cute. And then Mom bought one for Dad. She was like, do you have any masculine fabric? Because my dad is the same way. He gets headaches, and they're usually through his shoulders and neck. And so she had, it was like a regular sheep. There was no flowers or fancy colors. Anyway, then that was the first thing I bought. And when I was getting ready to go, I had looked at the vendors to see who all was going to be there. And I saw one of my favorites was going to be there, Allegheny Fiber Studio. Yes, Allegheny Fiber Arts. That's what she's called. So she makes project bags, and then she dyes yarn. And I love her yarn. It is so pretty. So much that I bought two. So the first one I bought is on her sock base. So it is 75% superwash Corriedale and 25% nylon, and it is in the colorway Blueberries. Yeah, so here's her card. She is from Pennsylvania. Her name is Tara. And oh, look at that. There was another purple one that I was looking at too, but this was the only one of the blueberries that was up on the shelf that I saw. Yeah, I think this one. I like this. Plus, I love blueberries. They're yummy. Oh my gosh. I love this. Can't wait to use it. And then the other colorway I got a DK weight base, and it is 100% superwash merino, and is the color wheel. Look at those bright colors. Like when I dye my yarns, I want these bright, vibrant colors. Of course, using food coloring doesn't happen. But yeah, oh. So I bought DK from her when I saw her at Michigan Fiber Festival 2 years ago, and I made an ear warmer out of that. So I may do another one. Oh, so gorgeous. Love it. Then, I dropped the tag. Oh, that's for that one. Oh. Okay, so a lot of the stalls, a lot of the booths there had wool that you could spin and make your own yarn, which I don't do that. And I really don't have any intention of doing that. Like, it's just not something I want to do. So there was a lot of that around at the Fiber Festival, which is fun. I still got some great yarn. But there was one booth, they had buckets of the wool, and then on the bucket was a picture of the sheep that it came from. So I was like, here's Ramsey's wool, and here is, I think they had Obsidian was one of them. Like, there were several of them. And I was like, man, I wish it was already spun, and then I'd say, oh, I got some of this yarn is Ramsey's yarn. Anyway, off to the side, she had a whole thing of mini skeins, and on it was this picture that says, this yarn was provided by Prince Charming and Precious. And so I have to get those. So I got some mini skeins. Here we go. Aren't these so pretty? She said there's about 65 yards. This is definitely a worsted weight. Maybe even going a little chunky. Spun. Anyway, it's dyed using natural dyes. So I'm trying to remember. This one is dyed by Madder, which is pretty peachy pinky color. And then this one is cochineal, pale lavender. This one is indigo, which that's a gorgeous blue. That's really showing up brighter than it is in real life on the camera. And then this one is a combination of indigo and Osage orange. So it's very pretty tonal. I like that it's dyed using natural fibers. This is from Natural Cycles Farm LLC, and her name is Lori. I didn't realize it till I got back to my parents' house. I was like, oh, I actually read her business card. Anyway, so yeah, I think I might do like some kind of hat with those. So that'll be nice and warm. And then walked around and I found this stall. Her name is Christina. She is CC Spins and Things. And she's actually from Indiana, which is not far from me, in Northwest Indiana. And I saw, like, she has some really bright colors and they're really gorgeous. And I was like, she had a sample that was knit up. And I was like, oh, do you have that colorway available? And she was like, no, but you can buy that. And I was like, oh, so it's a sock blank. And she's like, yeah. I was like, oh, I wanted a sock blank forever. Like, it's just one of the things I wanted to try was to knit off a sock blank. And of course my mom was like, what is this? I don't understand. So this is the one that I bought, that I saw. Oh my gosh. You have these beautiful blues and pinks. There's a little bit of purple and stuff. Oh yeah, and CC, she had, or Christina. Yeah, her name is Christina. CC Spins and Things is her shop name. Anyway, she had purple in her hair, so I was like, you're my kind of girl. But yeah, oh, see, here's the whole sock blank. And basically, well, this is the waste yarn, so I'll figure out which side is the top side, and as I knit, I'll just unravel it as I go. They did say, she did say, oh, I could just cut it and put in afterthought heels, toes, and cuffs. I'm I'm not to that point yet in my knitting to do afterthought anything. And plus this just seems too big for my feet. Just won't work. But anyway, so this one is Under the Sea. It is 75-25. And then there's this one too. Whoa. It's way brighter on camera than it is. It's really blowing up. There, that's a little bit better. But yeah. So there's pinks and browns or actually it's more like a dark red. Not really brown. But yeah, this one is called Shades of Red. And I was like, I need this one. I need this one too. So then, by the time we got done with all that, I was like, you know what, I've spent enough. We should probably just get something to drink and then we'll head out. Because it was very hot that day. Very muggy, humid. Blech. So, but Mom had seen a bag that she wanted to look at, so we went and stopped there. And then there was another booth. I don't have their business card. I don't remember the name of them. But they had other yarns, commercial yarns and indie dyers. So they had a whole collection of things. It wasn't just, they had some Knitter's Pride stuff. So I can't remember their name. But they had some Laughing Cat yarn, which I went and looked at. And they had a whole section that was the black light, because she does a lot of the black light reactive dyes. But I don't think the sparkle yarn has black light reactive, which is fine. But yeah, it's sparkle yarn. I should just go ahead and tell you that right now. So it is, like I said, Laughing Cat sparkle sock. So it's 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% stellina, in the colorway Interstellar. So look, purples and blues and pinks, and then it has a purple cat stitch marker. That was the selling point for me. So yeah, there's their Laughing Cat. So that was my last purchase, and then I was like, okay, I need to go. And so we started walking out, went to the bathroom, went out to the parking lot, which was this big grass field, and there was no rhyme or reason to where people were parking. It was insane. There was a little bit, but crazy. So as we're walking to my car, I see this girl in this huge pickup truck, and she's trying to pull into the space that's next to me. She didn't hit my car. She hit the other car on the other side and just scraped along it. And I was like, oh, I wish we had gotten to my car sooner so we could have been hey, wait, we'll pull out and then you'll have plenty of room for your big truck. But yeah, so we ended up actually helping her try to figure out how to get the truck back out, and then moved over a little bit so she wouldn't hit that car. Oh. And every time she'd move and you'd hear that metal on metal, it's oh, I hate that sound. But then I was like, do you have pen and paper? You need to leave your notes. So she's like, I have a pen, I don't have any paper. I was like, hold on, I have paper. I had my church bag in the back with my Bible and my notebook. So I was like, here's some paper for you. But yeah, And then I was like, well, I hope you have much more fun at the Fiber Festival than you have parking. She's like, yeah, sure. So anyway, that's all I had to show you. I was going to talk about the September socks that I'm going to have to start soon. And the September crochet iconic woman, but I just hurried up here to get this recorded, and then I need to turn the air conditioner back on because I'm getting warm. So you'll just see those next podcast. So anyway, I hope you have a great 2 weeks. I'll see you later. Bye.